Hello Scorpio, thank you for joining me for your weekly reading, and this read is for the 13th to the 20th of April. As always, please only take the messages that are meant for you and leave what isn't yours for someone else, okay? Right, so your spirit's animal message for this week is the whale and communication, and it says you're encouraged to communicate clearly from your heart. Bridge any gaps that are keeping you from connecting deeper with your loved ones. It is important to speak your truth with emotion, vulnerability, and power. So the whale, that is also symbolic for ancient wisdom and knowledge, okay? So it's like spiritual information, ancestral, that sort of thing. This one's asking for you to be vulnerable this week with those that you love, okay? It's time to bridge any gaps that are keeping you from connecting with other people. So it is a little bit shadow work type, okay, especially for those who like myself prefer to keep other people at an arm's length, okay. This is asking this week for you to consider letting people in, okay. Obviously not throwing caution to the wind, nothing like that. It's more of, look, those that you know that you can trust, those who have never done any harm to you, you can let those people in, okay? You know that you can trust them. You know that you can let them get that little bit closer to you. That's what this energy is asking, okay? So yeah, for anyone who finds that more difficult, then it is going to be connected to shadow work. Right, so let's take a look at your rune, and we'll see what information is coming through from there. Then we're going to do your healing crystal, the tea leaf, and the tarot, okay? Right, so, oh, interesting. You've got a couple of reversals that came out here. Thurizaz, Musselheim, and Nowadays, all in the reverse. So we'll touch upon these first, okay? Thurizaz, this one is thorn. It's an issue, it's a problem. Now, it's saying, because it's in the reverse, that that particular problem is going to be resolved. So any issues that you're having this week, it's going to be really, really wise not to try and blow things out of proportion, because it is going to be resolved really, really quickly with Thurizaz coming out in the reverse. It means that basically there's a resolution in sight here. Now, Musselheim reversed is saying, look, you don't have to do anything destructive, okay? You can take more of a relaxed approach this week. Possible misunderstandings here that's going on, so definitely yes, communication is going to be the smart thing to do, just to avoid any sort of misunderstandings this week. The chances of misunderstandings happening this week are super, super high. There could also be anger and temper here as well, with Musselheim in the reverse. So again, just be mindful of that. Make sure that you're in control of your emotions and of any potential anger that might come out, okay? Definitely don't act out of anger, because that is guaranteed going to cause more problems than what it's worth, okay? And they're also saying, because you've got nowadays here, not to jump to any conclusions. And of course, give anyone who is making assumptions about you this week, give them a really wide berth, okay? So with nowadays in the reverse, traditionally this one can indicate a disaster, okay? It can be like distress, feelings of restlessness, something going wrong, and a potential disaster, because it's literally, if I turn it the upright, you can see that it's Jurmengandia taking down a ship, okay, which is a disaster. It's in the reverse. So Spirit's steering you in such a way this week where you're going to be averting disaster because it's reversed. So again, a couple of things that you yourself can control, which is obviously your temper, your anger, your disappointment, any sort of assumptions here. Definitely avoid all of that. Okay, always wait before you do anything. And of course, with the whale as well, keeping those lines of communication open. Any issues or any problems that you're having with a significant person this week, it's always best to sort of ask them the question first, and make sure that all of the facts are correct. So what I'm going to do, because that's a warning message, we're going to put them off to the side, but we will remember that came out. Okay, we've got this one, Alfheim or Alfheimer. Not really a rune, it's a place. It's realm of the elves is Alfheim. It says glimmers of potential and probability. So something that you're starting this week, or something where let's just say something's going to take a lot of your attention this week. It has a lot of potential. So it's vital that you stay focused on that has potential with this message, okay? Realm of the elves, it's realm of the light elves, which indicates a world of light and fertility. This is literally, this is the place where hopes and dreams come true. Okay, so this is the kind of energy that you want to focus on this week. Your hopes and your dreams coming true. Very, very fertile and abundant energy. It's a reminder that everything that you focus on, that's what's going to grow. Okay, so Spirit's wanting for you to focus on this energy rather than the warning messages that also came out with the rune deck. Okay. Don't focus on the negative, focus on the positive, basically. It's not toxic positivity. It isn't that. This is more of keep an open mind, keep a positive mindset. And where problems arise, try not to inflame said situations. Okay? So that's your rune message. Now we're going to take a look at your healing crystal. I thought I was going to do a bit of a hiccup there, but it got stuck halfway through. It might come out during your read at another point. I don't know. They tend to do that. Right, so let's get a look at your healing crystal. I've got a habit of buying awkward decks. Like decks that are beautiful but really difficult to shuffle. As you can tell, it's not a circle deck. I'll have to downpull it instead. Right, so couple of healing crystals. Let's get to it. First one, Auralite, for clarity, focus and higher awareness. Okay, it says containing 23 different mineral energies, Auralite 23 can promote undeniable clarity and razor-sharp intuition. An ancient stone, Auralite 23 is especially talented in assisting with past life and ancestral healing. So there's that word again about ancestors. We had it with the whale, and you're getting it here now with this healing crystal. So something to do with ancestral healing. It could be healing those toxic family cycles, okay? Again, just keep an open mind. It enhances metaphysical abilities, raising the bar on your innate superpowers. Most of all, Auralite 23 can help you appreciate the human experience and that we are all multidimensional beings. By going within and becoming aware of your inner self, you will be able to show up more fully as your authentic self and who you're meant to be. And it's associated with Aquarius, Pisces and Neptune, so it's a very dreamy energy. It's like they say, it's connected to your higher self, your intuition and your ancestors, ancestral healing. Clarity and superpowers. Okay, So we'll bear that in mind as we're putting the pieces of the puzzle together. What's this one? Big Spite. I've never heard of that one before. For timing, action and change. Timing is everything, and with Big Spite that couldn't be truer. Big Spite has an impeccable neck, impeccable knack. There we go. For the right timing, and it can encourage you to try new things, pursue an opportunity, or change anything that's needing an update. Big Spite opens the connection between your base chakras and your heart chakra and infuses you with unconditional love for yourself and for others. Yeah, because when you've got unconditional love for yourself, you're able to afford that then for others. And you've already been told by Spirit here, look, you're going to have to bridge the gaps between yourself and important people in your life, okay? I do feel strongly that you're being told, look, you can't keep everybody at an arm's distance away from you forever. At some point, you're going to have to start letting people in, okay? That's nerve-wracking for some. Big Spite encourages energy expressed as action, movement and progression to move towards true alignment between you and your soul. Update what is outdated with joy and recharge your life. Associated with Aries, Taurus and the moon. You could have a Taurus moon or an Aries moon. Not necessarily. Okay. So we'll see what else is coming out, and then we can put all the pieces together. Tanzanite Order Quartz. Enchantment, Cosmic and Alchemy. Cosmic alignment is here. Tanzanite Order Quartz brings equilibrium to our multidimensional states, melding the mind and body for spiritual balance. Yeah. These energies, they all do indicate that it's time for you to get into spiritual balance. With indigo rays vibrating high, this stone heightens the ability to see and communicate beyond this world. Tanzanite Order Quartz gently opens your crown chakra, creating a channel between the divine and your body. So you're supposed to be a... how do I say it? A channel for messages. It's not the word I was looking for. No, the word is gone. It'll come to me at some point. I'm suffering with really bad brain fog at the moment. Made from the rare metal indium, this crystal brings magical qualities to a higher understanding of one's metaphysical abilities. There's a lot of emphasis being put on that with all of these cards so far. You're more powerful than you think, associated with Virgo, Pisces and Uranus. Well, Uranus is the planet of rebellion, of eccentricity, of independence and revolution. It's also of humanitarian service. Okay. So you're kind of like an antenna at the moment for spiritual messages, spiritual activity. What's this one? Tiger's Eye. For courage, optimism and power. A courageous and brave stone, Tiger's Eye motivates you to show up as your best self, dispelling any fears and doubts in your path. Known as the shapeshifter, Tiger's Eye embodies healing energies from both the earth and the sun, drawing optimism towards you while also grounding you in reality. Call on the warrior inside of you and pursue your ambitions with laser focus. With confidence, strength and power, Tiger's Eye helps break through any blockages that stand in your way. Activate the warrior inside of you, associated with Leo and Capricorn and the Sun. And then you've got Wolfenite, journey, past life and soul contract. cards. I think I know where this is going, you guys. The journey has only just begun. Wolfenite can travel through your past, present, and future, and opens up communication with the spirit world. It also aids in past life regression, helping you to see soul contracts that you've made in this lifetime, facilitating the karmic reunion and completing a cycle once the lesson has been learned. Wolfenite is a powerful past life healing stone, resolving any issues that need to be faced and regaining magic lost in past lives to be used here and now. And this is associated with Sagittarius, Venus, and Mars. Yeah. This is absolutely to do with a soul contract that you have in this lifetime that's going to take you on a journey of very likely helping to heal others by receiving messages from beyond the veil, for being that channel for spiritual communication. It's going to involve something to do with healing your past. Okay, it's going to involve making sure that toxic family karmic cycles are not repeated, that they stop with you. Okay. Maybe that's why you've been keeping the vast majority of people at an arm's distance away from you. Maybe that's why you're uncomfortable with allowing people to get close to you. And I'm not saying that you're not pleasant to other people. You're plenty pleasant to other people. I'm saying that you're not able to be vulnerable with other people, because you're not really letting them in. But Spirit's asking you, look, at some point you are going to have to let people in, because it's going to be part of your job. Like, for real, okay? It's going to be part of your job. That's why you had these 5 healing crystals that came out. Because if you notice, they all followed on the same thread of your higher self, your inner self, your intuition, spiritual, your life path, your journey, and all that's going to involve. Okay. Going to be really hard pressed to just put one on the stand. I think, to keep it fair, we'll put the first one that came out, which was Autolite 23, for your clarity, focus, and higher awareness. We'll put that on the stand, and then we'll leave the rest sitting there. Okay. Right, so let's take a look at your tea leaf messages, and we'll see what else is coming in for you. Now, I don't know if it's going to be connected to what we've just seen, or if it's going to go off on a tangent. I haven't a clue. We'll have to just wait and see, okay? Carriage. A journey, either physical or mental. To be honest with you, it should say spiritual as well. This is a journey. A journey has begun. It's not going to be smooth. Frying pan, trouble, accusations. We've already covered that with your runes about accusations and assumptions, being cautious of that sort of thing. Handshake, that's come out in the reverse. Meeting with a stranger could be important. It's reversed though. So I need to find out what that's all about. And then you've got the apple. Also in the reverse. Temptation will test you. Well, no it won't, because it's reversed. You're being stronger than whatever this is that's tempting you. I feel that a stranger is going to give you some sort of offer this week that is definitely far too good to be true, because of your insight, because of your higher awareness. You're going to be able to see through that. You're going to be able to see the deception, basically, and you're not going to be tempted by whatever that deception is. There's definitely deception here. Definitely. Right, was this carriage for Scorpio, please? With the journey. Can you tell us more about this journey for Scorpio, please? Three of Swords. And the King of Cups. Wow. Okay. That combination is definitely healing. It's heart healing. Because your King of Cups energy, that's someone who is emotionally available, is emotionally mature and balanced, okay? And the Three of Swords. So this week, it is going to be about healing past pain, grief, hurt. There could even be a little bit of anger there as well, because oftentimes grief, which the Three of Swords mentions, a lot of times there is anger attached to grief. Okay, you're working through all that this week. You're feeling a lot more emotionally balanced than you have done in a long time. And we've got, there's a snake there. He's holding a snake in his hands, which again is a message of healing. In this context, it's a message of healing, regeneration, regrowth. Okay, that's why they use snakes for medicines, because it's to do with that. Okay, finding what works for you this week, finding what helps you to heal your heart this week. You have another card for this for Scorpio, please. There's also a message here about self-acceptance. Recognizing that past Three of Swords energy, past pain, it's not your identity. Yeah, Ten of Wands. You're dropping the burden of this Three of Swords because you're processing it this week. So it certainly does feel like a shadow work time, a time of making space for yourself. Okay, being focused on what it is that you're needing is a really important part of your journey here, because once you can figure out what it is that you're needing to do with your healing, then you're going to be far more of an effective healer for others, which apparently your soul contract involves being a healer for others. But it's like, well, how can you do that if you can't take care of yourself first and foremost? So this is going to be the starting point of your journey, okay? Learning to take really good care of yourself, so then you can help others, okay? Was this accusations, this trouble with the frying pan? Was this accusations? Oh. The King of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. You're being told to reject accusations that come your way this week. Okay. Four of Cups. Actually, this one's being specific. They're saying to ignore it. Don't react to it. Don't respond to it. Ignore it. So if this is like trolls online or anything, just block them. Just straight up block them. Don't even respond. Okay, accusations that come your way do not deserve any kind of response. They're saying, like, reject it flat out, block it, ignore it. Okay. And King of Pentacles, that's very, very grounded energy. It's very realistic. It's very sort of bigger picture type person. Okay. So be grounded, remain realistic, and block out accusations. Now, here's the thing. The word accusations, that implies that it's false, because it's an accusation. Being accused of something. Well, if anyone's going to accuse you of doing anything, they need to have proof, facts, receipts, evidence. Okay? This is basically just some little turd bag, Scorpio, trying to cause trouble for you. And that's why Spirit's saying, look, honestly, they're not worth your time. They're not worth your energy. Don't budge an inch for them. Like, there's no need for you to budge an inch for them. Okay? Can you have another card for this, please, Scorpio? You've got to understand, Scorpio, that anyone who's going to make accusations about you, how much of a boring life they must have. Like, for real. Very, very boring, one-dimensional individual. That's the sort of person who sits there and invents accusations to make up about others. Queen of Pentacles and your major arcana with death. Yep. Yeah. Counterpart to the King of Pentacles here. Okay. You know your own mind. You know your journey. You know where it is that you're headed. You know where it is that you're wanting to go. You know exactly what it is that you're doing here. You know that you're doing the right thing. Okay? There's always going to be some little turd bag out there that tries to shake you, that tries to veer you off your course. Okay? There's always going to be some little scumbag that makes out like you're bad, you're evil, you're this, you're that, you're the next. There's always going to be someone out there like it. Doesn't mean to say that you need to openly invite them in. Okay? You really don't. You don't have to waste your time with anything like that. This is you being focused on you and your own, you being focused on your journey, your mission, if you like, your family, whatever that word means for you. Okay? This is you being focused on your future and your own healing. There's also a message here of productivity. This is you being productive, helpful, kind, generous, and providing for those that are your closest. Okay? For some, there could also be a life partner here that's coming in for you guys this week. For those who are single and who have been hoping for a romantic partner, that energy's here too. It's gonna kick off this week. Okay? Someone who's on your level, someone who's on the same page as you. Was this handshake reversed? Meeting with a stranger that could be important. It's reversed. So that implies that somebody's going to let you down. Yes, definitely. 8 of Cups. Yeah, that's definitely someone's going to let you down this week, Scorpio. But Spirit's telling you, look, it's not about you. That's a problem that they have. That's a problem that they're working through, okay? So try not to internalize or personalize anyone letting you down this week, okay? They're also saying here for you, yourself, not to make any promises this week that you're not going to be able to keep. Okay? You've got to keep your word. For the vast majority, there is an individual who's basically making you all of these grand gestures and big promises this week. You're being told that they're full of shit. Okay? I don't know how else to put that. Handshake reversed is no deal. It's do not get involved. Do not sign anything with this person who's making all of these big promises, okay? Because they're literally full of shit. Don't make any deal with this individual who is about to let you down in a really big way. Okay. Can you have another card for this, please, for Scorpio? Yes, did you see that? The Tower. This is disaster averted. It's disaster averted. Because you're not making a deal with this person. You're telling someone no. And remembering, no is a full sentence. You're not agreeing to go along with anything here with the handshake in reverse. I don't know if it is actually a stranger or if this is someone that you know quite well. Okay. The energy's a little bit vague there. I'm not convinced that it's a total stranger off the street. I'm really not. For about 90% of you, I feel strongly that you know this person. You know that they're wishy-washy. You know that they're good at speaking a big game, but when it comes down to the action, no. You're not making a deal with this person, so you're averting a disaster. You can just feel that something's off with an individual this week. You might not have the words or the language to put to it, but you can just feel that something's off. The second that you feel that ick, Scorpio, tell this person no. You're not interested. You're not going to go along with whatever this idea, plan, deal is, whatever that they're putting on the table. It's not for you. Okay. And then temptation in reverse. You're not going to be tempted by any grand gestures, big promises. You're not going to fall for the tricks. This is apple reversed. Yeah, the apple reversed is a poison apple. Oh. Magician. It is a trick. There's a scam here. Some sort of scam. Can you tell us more about this for Scorpio? Thank you. Oh, Eight of Swords and the High Priestess. Yeah, you're going to see straight through this. Like, I can't even find the words. It's like, I've just got my head in my hands, just sort of shaking my head like, oh man, really? Really, someone thought Scorpio was going to fall for that bullshit? Probably because other people have fallen for it. I don't see you falling for it, though. Eight of Swords and the High Priestess. You do run the risk of questioning yourself. Did I do the right thing? Or have I just missed out on a huge opportunity of a lifetime here? Spirit's telling you, no, you didn't miss out. You dodged a bullet. And they're being really specific about that. They're just not being specific about what this is. That's the annoying thing. What's under there? The Knight of Cups. It could be some sort of love scam. Or an ex. An ex who's trying it on again? It could be. You've just got to keep an open mind, because the way that this could manifest in your own life, it's going to be different for all of you. It's going to be different for all of you. For some, it could be a love scam. For others, it could be an ex. For some, it could be like a spiritual business scam. Okay? You just got to be really, really careful this week about who it is that you're making promises to and who it is that you're making deals with. They're saying for you to be direct, be quite forthright, never be afraid to that is specific actually. They're saying never be afraid to be disliked. So what they mean by that is when you stand up for yourself, which the Queen of Swords does very effectively, people are going to sit there and go, oh wow, what a bastard, or oh wow, what a bitch, or Jesus, they were so rude, weren't they? Well, Spirit's saying, look, it doesn't matter what they think. Because when all is said and done, they've tried to scam you. So who gives a fuck what a scammer thinks of you? Right? You've got to look at it that way instead. And it is human nature to want to be liked. Everybody wants to be liked. Nobody wants to be looked at as if they're being rude or too direct or too cold. Nobody wants anybody thinking those things of them. because everybody wants to be liked and loved and accepted. That's human nature. You're going to have to really look at the situation very differently this week, Scorpio, and go, do you know what? That person tried to scam me, so I don't give a fuck what they think of me. They can think I'm rude all they like. I think that they're rude for trying to scam me in the first place, so there we go. Okay, this is learning to turn things on its head there, Scorpio, okay? Interesting. Use your wisdom and recognize that actually, no, you're not being mean, and having boundaries, which the Queen of Swords does have boundaries for days. Having boundaries doesn't mean that you're a horrible, mean, nasty person, okay? And especially, like, little girls and young women especially are taught from a really young age. Oh, you have to be polite. Oh, you have to do this. You have to do that, right? So especially if you are a female, that message is really going to sit with you quite deeply, okay? Because women and little girls are taught to be people pleasers, basically. And see with this combination, yeah, 5 of Pentacles under that one. That is confirmation. This combination saying, look, see that whole people pleasing thing? This week, chuck it out the window and make sure it stays out the window. Alright, Knight of Cups with the Queen of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. I wish I could have been more specific than that, Scorpio, but whatever messages come through, I have to go with, okay? And I do try and give everything that comes through during the read. Sometimes it's just not going to be enough, and I can understand that, I can appreciate that. But again, please understand that this is not an easy thing to do, to try and identify the energies that's going on and then translate it into a way that's going to be easily understood. Like it's actually really quite hard. Okay, you got planning phase. It says take a step back and plan the necessary steps to move forward so that you may turn your goals into reality. Strategy, research and plotting. Yeah. So this tells us that you're at the planning stages of something new. It's always wise to have a plan, but also do be prepared to be flexible on your plan as well, especially if this does involve some sort of research, because inevitably new information is going to come through with the research that you're doing, and with the new evidence, with the new information, your plans might change ever so slightly. Okay. So yeah, having a plan is a good thing. And communication, there's that word again, communication. Be open to receiving messages. Right now it's important to communicate clearly and honestly. Calls, text, expression and answers. Now this can be spiritual communication. It can also be a lot of people wanting to speak to you this week, wanting to discuss a lot of ideas with you this week. I know that there are a couple of people who are definitely wanting to make future plans with Scorpios this week. Future plans either in love or business or both, and you definitely do have an untrustworthy individual in amongst that group of people who are wanting to make plans with you. Use your discernment. Who is trustworthy, who is honest, who it is that you do want to work with, and you know, obviously the untrustworthy one, give him a kick up the backside and out of the door, okay? No questions asked. But yeah, a lot of communication, a lot of planning here that's going on. So yeah, this is definitely the message of keep an open mind. Okay, can we have a healing message for Scorpio, please? A very busy week then, Scorpio. Very busy week. Oh, stand still. I'm going to need the healing book for this one. Stand still. Okay, swamplands. I'm going to skip half of this because it just goes on about what a swampland is. But, I mean, you guys are not daft. You're not like 3 years old. You know what a swampland is. Let's just cut to the chase. The sacred landscape wants you to know, if it feels that some areas of your life have slowed down or have even come to a standstill, then you're right. Something is not progressing. Even if it seems that things are flowing, look beneath the surface. Perhaps something is immovable. The first step to becoming unstuck is to acknowledge where you are. The soul loves the truth. In life, you can either say, there are no weeds, or you can notice the weeds and begin pulling them out. Notice what is not working in your life, and then take slow, steady steps to unblock the barriers. In nature, when one is being sucked into the mud, the worst thing to do is struggle. Then the best thing to do is slowly and carefully, one step at a time, extricate yourself. Yeah. So again, try not to get yourself into any situations in the first place, Scorpio, that's going to have you stuck. Okay. And if you do find yourself already in a situation of, oh shit, well I didn't actually see that trick or that scam come in, then it's going to be time for you to slowly and carefully start removing yourself from that situation. Okay, it depends entirely on where you are at specifically for your own journey. Okay, but I do feel strongly that the vast majority of you guys are going to be able to dodge this in the first place, for certain, because you're not going to fall for the trickery in the first place. Okay. Right, let's take a look at one of the funny but sweary affirmations. Obviously, if you're allergic to swearing, then you just don't have to listen, okay? It's a bit of light-hearted fun at the end of your reading. They're also incredibly hard to shuffle. Because they're really thick cardstock. They're very good quality. They're a bit too good a quality to shuffle. Right, so something for you to remember is you're a fucking badass. Yeah, you will not be silenced. Yep. Fine, I won't give up, but I will swear the entire time. And I can do whatever the hell I want, within reason, and tell anxiety to piss off. Yeah. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. As always, please never forget that tarot's not the one in charge, okay? Tarot is a temperature check. It is a guide. You're the one that's in control. If you did find that reading was helpful for you, then please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Of course, if you want to see more, there's also the notifications bell as well. My website for personal readings is phoenixkeiatarot.com, and all the information that you're going to need about personal readings, my channel in general, my Patreon page, all of that is description box and my pinned comment below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.